take it to the other side. I'm feeling strong, my little lady. I'm gonna keep her moving on. I'm gonna run till I drop to the break of dawn. Never gonna stop till I see the light. Yeah, my little lady. I'm gonna take it to the other side. You know I used to smoke too much. You know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car. You can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car. You don't get real. I'm feeling good, my little lady. She's gonna take me to the other side. I'm feeling nice, my little lady. She's gonna keep me moving on. I'm gonna run till I drop to the break of dawn. Never gonna stop, she's gonna treat me right. I'm feeling good, my little lady. She's gonna take me to the other side. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and we're gonna get real. Come on, baby. Let's take a ride. I don't know where we're gonna go, but first, let's dance. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and we're gonna get real. Oh.
Hi everyone, Dan here, and I just wanted to put a little snippet about Astroworld and what we do because I want to start getting the word out because I think it's becoming more and more of a giant community, and I want to get the word out to some other people. So what we do at Astroworld is we hold astrophotography chats on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And we just talk astrophotography. Wednesday's more of a techie kind of advanced intermediate, and Fridays is more of a newbie kind of thing. So if you want to check us out, and if you want to, hang out with some semi-decent people that like to go off the rails a little bit and have fun while they're doing it, come check us out at astroworldweb.com, and you can check out the schedule, and you can sign up for all the free giveaways that we do. We just gave away an Eagle 4 Pro, an Optilong filter kit, Charles Brackenstein's books, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So come to astroworldweb.com, hang out with us, have a good time, and as always, remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Things are becoming intense. I rip my jeans on your fence, hiding away from your man. Oh, it's a passion. Oh, tell a tale of 1,000 lonely days.
she's a real thing. Yeah, only I can make a change. If you want to be together, it's so good to be together with you. If you want to be together, Deborah, I'm getting caught in the rain. Standing calling your name. Guess I got no one to blame. Yeah, it's a small town. Yeah, all the people turn and stare. Oh, it's a secret. Hey, let them see me. I don't care if you want to be together. It's so good to be together with you. If you want to be together. If you want to be together, it's so good to be together with you. If you want to be together, say you want to be together. I'm feeling really good, but it feels so bad. Yeah, so good to be together. We did it before, we can do it again. I'm tearing out my hair, 'cause I don't know when so good. You want to be together. Yeah. It's so good to be together. Yeah, so damn good. If you want to be together, it's so good, it's so good, yeah. What the hell's wrong with my telescope now? Yeah, what's wrong with this thing?
The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? Do one thing right, do I make you do things wrong? If I want to satisfy the line, I will always take the fall. If I just you left, watch you leave from the right. I sleep all day long, and then I'm dreaming through the night.
I wonder what it was that made me want you. She couldn't understand what made me hard. She's climbing in and out train. Yeah. So take another breath and come up for your oxygen. And now you wanna kiss the flesh and blood of every man, every man. And when the moon is full and the wolves were held, she swam across the lake just to get to my house. Yes. And she said, I want more. Give me more. Disgusting stuff. I want more. A little bit of. Give me more. Disgusting stuff. Disgusting stuff. She looks upon a world that's dark and tangled. I never saw her turn her head and shame. She's standing out the open window. I'm lying here alone in cold and gray. So take another breath and come up for your oxygen. Hey, you know you wanna kiss the flesh and blood of every man, every man. Well, we all took turns and you swallowed the world. I never.
Oh, fuck you, man. There you go. That's you. There you go. Right there. Yeah, Toronto. How's it going, everybody? Happy Friday. What's going on, everybody? We are here. Eric's running a little bit late, but we are here tonight, and we're going to be doing Pimp My Rig, and we're going to be doing what you call a little critique. So throw your images, throw everything in there. Josh, I know you want to come on a little bit. I'll throw you the information in the chat, and you could just log on in, and we could take it from there. So first things first, I didn't do the sponsors last Wednesday. We just got started into talking. We got to do the sponsors. We have to do them because they give us all this cool stuff. So why not give them props and give the members props too? Because thank you so much for Patreon. I think we just broke 30 subscribers on Patreon. So thank you. And if you want to be a member and support the channel on Patreon, please do. And go to the Patreon channel and look us up under Astroworld TV. And anywhere from, I think, $5 to $50 per month. And you get some cool perks at different levels, and they should be going out from Patreon themselves. So pretty cool. And if you're a first-time joiner, you get a shirt if you're a main sequence, or a polo, or if you're a red giant, and the little membership package. So come on and hang out with us. Welcome. And let me just take a look because my chat is not where it should be. There we go. That's one. And where's the other one? There it is. Beautiful. And yeah, there we go. So let's take a look at the sponsors real quick. Everybody knows this routine by now. It's been 18 years since we've been doing it. So let's just take a look. And we got some news too. We got some news for sponsors, not sponsors, for Neve. So we'll talk about that in a second. So thank you to our main sequence level sponsor, Woodland Hills Camera and Telescopes. Thank you so much. They give us $50 a month, plus a couple of big ones at the end of the year, to give free gifts away to you. So you can use the money and buy whatever you want over Woodland Hills. So I think we have one coming up next week. So let's say thank you to Woodland Hills. Also to Prima Luce Camera Concepts and Optolong. Optolong's filters shipped. They shipped. They will be here on the 4th. I'm still waiting on if I got approval to give something from Optalong away at NEAF. I should be getting that approval tonight. I'm not going to be giving away the L Ultimate because that's what's coming. I want to give that to people that are on the show, and not everybody that watches the show is coming to NEAF. So I don't think that's quite fair. So I'll be giving away something from Optalong, maybe an L Enhance, an L Extreme, or something like that. Anyway, so Optalong Camera Concepts, Prima Luce, we may be doing something with Prima Luce at Neve, so be on the lookout. And the schedule is going to be on the Discord channel, and maybe I'll throw it on the website as well. Masters of Pix Insight and IP for AP, we give away, and we're giving away a class tonight for Masters of Pix Insight. We give away a 1 year subscription to IP for AP every month. So really good stuff to help you out with your astrophotography journey, and really good tools on both sides, and really cool. Like I said, we have a number of members. That one always skips. We have a number of members that have joined us on Patreon and/or actually not and/or anymore, but or on YouTube as well. So our Off the Rails members, we have two. Sean Nielsen, who's in the chat. Hi, Sean. We're going to call him Sean Ketchup Chips Nielsen. And Bob D'Amato. And Bob, thank you so much for joining us at our Off the Rails membership. Quasar members, John, Hassan, and Chris. Black Hole members. I can't believe we got 6 Black Hole members. There was at one point there was only Black Hole was the top. We had to add 2. So so people just wanted to help the channel. So it's really awesome. So thank you so much to everybody. Now I can't go through everybody's name. It would take forever at this point. I'm thinking about just doing a scrolling thing where everything comes across. But we have so many members right now. It's getting to be incredible. But I think it's important that everybody gets their name up there that is a member and does help the channel grow. So thank you so much to everybody. If you missed it on last Saturday, we had Stacy Downton, Astro Stace. Wasn't that a great show, Pete? That was such a good show, man.
Very, very informative.
A lot of fun. She's a lot of fun. She had a great time, and I'm sure she even said she wanted to come back. It's funny when people kind of that like our YouTubers sometimes are kind of hesitant to come on other people's YouTube shows. Once they come on to this show and realize what it's all about, and it's all about a lot of fun and moving the lifestyle forward, it's really, really cool that everybody wants to come back. So it's really great to have her back, and I'm sure that Nico's coming back. Sean Nielsen has come on. I will never get Queeve. I tried Guido. I tried Queeve as well. Maybe I'll get him again now he's back, but we'll see.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
I got a chance. Bob Denny called me today, and Bob be at NEAF, and we were talking about the show, and he goes, Pete, he said, you know what? I had a blast on that show. And I said, well, if you'd like to be back on, we can get you scheduled for some time in June. He says, please. I said, well, we'll talk to Dan when we're up at NEAF, but he'd like to be back on the show.
Absolutely.
And he'll give us another update on the alpaca development.
Absolutely. Very cool. Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely have. Queeve is French. He's not in Europe. He's in Tokyo. So, whatever. But your coffee mug broke. But you know what? You may win one at NEAF if you're there. I'm giving away 2 of them. But anyway, on April 5th, Warren Keller, that's this Wednesday night coming up. Warren Keller is going to be on. So be on the lookout for that. That's always going to be a good time. And there's the man. Here he is. There he goes. And we have audio too, even better. Pavel Kagas from Moravian Instruments. That monster camera is incredible. So I can't wait to see what he has in store. If you're in for a large format CCD camera, this is the way to go. And for those of you that have those super long focal length Schmitz or whatever, maybe this is your answer here. So maybe not this one in his hands, but maybe something similar with those large pixel cameras that we all need for long focal length scopes. So good to see what he's gonna have. And then no date yet, but we are going to be having Helena coming on in June sometime after she's done with high school, all of her tests. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And if she's as bubbly and friendly and motivated as Astro Stace was, it's going to be a good time. So, and also join us on any of our older social media platforms, especially our Discord channel. Our Discord channel is getting the most traction. We're getting ready to hit 130 members on Discord. Come and check us out. And a lot of good information on there. I know Sean Nielsen is on there a lot. He's in the chat right now. Nico Carver joined the chat as well. So we're getting some heavy hitters in the Discord channel. So sooner or later I'll get Dylan O'Donnell to join. But he's a busy guy.
Yeah, he's a busy guy.
He's a busy guy. And that being said, let's get back to 3. So today, I packed up most of the stuff for Neve.
Nice.
All of the if you've seen the picture, I got little Hershey's Kisses with the Astral logo on it. I got pens, I got keychains, I got all this stuff. I didn't pack away the closet of death though. I don't want this to get damaged, so I'm carrying this with me. So that's gonna be up. It's yeah. Life is meaningless, and we're all going to die. But I think he has that copyrighted, but so I don't want to. Hey, a lot of good stuff. Yeah, no, Queeve has been on the Astro Imaging channel as well. I don't know. Maybe he'll be back. We'll see. Well, I'll give him a shot again. I'm still trying to get who I emailed? I emailed from astronomy, Dave Eicher. I emailed Dave Eicher, who I know from Explore Alliance, and he had a picture of him and oh God, I'm having a brain fart. From Queen, the guitarist. What is it? Forgot his name.
Sir Brian?
Brian May. Yeah, we got to call him Sir Brian May now. I said, Dave, come on, get him on Astroworld. What are you doing? and he smiled and he laughed. He's not gonna. How did I forget Brian? I've been listening to Queen since the 70s. How did I forget his name? Anyway, we got some good news. I don't know if you've heard, Eric. Optolong shipped our giveaways. They'll be here on the 4th.
Nice.
So not sure what kind of stuff I could give away at Neve. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that. I don't know if I have the authority to do that. I do have the authority for the show. But if I can do it, I will not be giving away the ultimate at Neve. I don't think it's fair. I think anybody who's on the show should have a chance to win the best prize there. So that being said, it'll be something if I'm allowed. If not, it is. But we got 2 new prizes for the I don't want to call it a raffle. I guess it's a raffle. You can buy raffle tickets at astroworldweb.com, but I think it's 3 for 10 and 5 for 20. If I go on the website and you can pay me whatever. But we also have your choice of what this is one prize. One choice of either an intermediate or beginner package at Masters of PixInsight. So the whole package, it's about $175 value for either one, because it's like 6. Okay. It's like 6 classes. So and another 1-year subscription for IP for AP would be another one. So we'll be giving away one each day, one on Saturday, one on Sunday for each. So each day you have a chance to win. So if you're not making it on Sunday, you can win on Saturday. If you're not making it on Saturday, you can win it on Sunday. So some prizes are going to go to the website and see what's being given away on each day, because some things are different. Because like I only have one of these, so this is going to be given away on Saturday. So this is a Saturday prize. So it says there in parentheses what day, if it's only being given away on what day. But anyway, Eric,
Yes.
elongation.
Yes.
Yes, no, fixed.
Not, I think it is. It could be the tracking of the mount. So it could be a little bit of that. It wasn't anything as far as, because we checked, there was nothing as far as any tilt or any issues that we could really tell as far as the imaging train and setup. So it really, to your point, from Wednesday, I really think it is that tracking. But a lot of guys have also, a lot of the audience also mentioned in the chat, hey, keep going, because you can use Blur Exterminator,
Yep.
To correct these things. So I said, all right, cool, thumbs up. I will go ahead and do that. And speaking of thumbs up, do not forget to give us a thumbs up here on YouTube if you are liking what we're doing. And FLT91. Actually, Gideon, in all seriousness, I am actually going to look at making a video this weekend. I'm just going to try to clean a few things up, set things up, because it has actually been a year with me having this scope. It'll be an officially 1 year. Just recently, not too long ago, like late March. So I think a year with the FLT91 is what I'll really discuss, and I think that would be a pretty cool video. So yeah, I'm gonna get to work on that, and hopefully I can. Yeah, really, no kidding. So I'm gonna work on that this weekend. Since I don't have really, I can't do any imaging or anything like that. So I'm just going to talk about my year with the Floral Star 91.
It's a year in the making, kind of like the second part of Dune.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or it could be 40 years in the making, like Jodorowsky's Dune, but we won't get that. But that would have been a great movie, but it never happened. Anyway,
pretty cool.
Yeah, cool. I'm excited because you know what? I on my first William Optics order is going to be at least 2 FLT91s. So so I got to get 2 of them and some red cats and some flatteners and stuff like that. So hopefully some of my friends with money will give me some real cash to make the
speaking of William Optics and everything, I hope the owner of my former Zenith Star 126 is enjoying it, because I am missing it like crazy right now. It's crazy how much I missed that little doublet, because it was such a great telescope. I mean, 980 millimeter focal length, and I got no chromatic aberration out of that thing. That was an awesome scope. So it's one of those things where one of those little regrets that I still have, but hopefully the owner of it, whoever, I can't remember who that is enjoying it, and getting a lot of great use out of it, especially now with that, getting some galaxies, because I got quite a few really good galaxies off of that guy. So
nice.
Yeah.
Well, I do have a note here. Augustine Herrero, who won the wine tumbler I guess was it 2 weeks ago? Just want to let you know it's on the way. You gave me the name Jose something. I put Augustine on the label, so I hope it gets to you. So just look out for one that says Augustine on it, and the tumbler's on the way. And we got 2 to give away at NEAT, so they just came in. So some wine tumblers. and coffee cups and beanies and mouse pads and Closet of Death and you'll have, because it will be open, the Astro World retail site will be open by Neef. So I'm going to be giving away a $100 gift certificate to Astro World, the web store. So I'll be doing that. So there you go. And unfortunately, if you buy something, you won't be the first sale. There's already been 2 sales. So sorry. And Pete, will you take that Maple Leafs hat off, please? You know you're gonna go all this way and you're gonna get killed by, like, Buffalo's gonna squeak in. You're gonna end up playing them.
As I said, the last time they won was back in '67. I was 12 years old at the time, and I've been a diehard Leaf fan since. And I just want to have bragging rights for 1 year before I die.
Well,
that's all. I pray, Lord, please give me bragging rights. Let me just have bragging rights. Everybody else has had bragging rights but me. That's all I'm asking.
What else we got? So we're doing a combo night tonight. So we're doing a critique night and we're doing a what you call it? Like I guess a Pimp My Riggish type thing tonight. Let me take a look and see if anybody put anything in the
While you're looking at that,
yep.
Pete, I would love your opinion because I have been looking at these mounts versus a harmonic drive, like the AM5 or the Pegasus. And I've slowly been getting very intrigued and excited about these mounts. The Avalons. What are your opinions on the Avalons? Italian made.
Yep. I'll be honest with you. The Avalons, the great mounts, you don't have to do a meridian flip. The only thing that I don't like about them is a combination of metal and plastic. For the amount of money that you spend, I wish that they would have made it out of metal, because it's kind of like the Celestron, the CGX. You got the metal and you got the plastic, and I go, and you're looking at about $5,600 to $6,500, Eric. If it was made out of complete metal, I would say definitely no go. But when I saw them and I used one, they track phenomenal, no meridian flip, but I just don't like that plastic metal combination. And they did that just to kind of keep the lightweightness of it, but it's unfortunate.
Wow. And sorry.
Robin.
Sorry. We actually we just got it across our phones. Tornado. We just got the alert. Actually, in all seriousness, there's tornadoes in our area now. And
I kind of thought that was.
And everybody's coming downstairs and here to the basement.
Oh, that's okay.
So
that's hi
cool.
to everybody.
Hey, everybody says hi to everybody.
Hi. What's up, people? What's up?
I tell you, Eric, I'm like you. When you get a tornado that can put straw through brick, that puts the fear of God in me. Tornadoes scare me. Earthquakes I can deal with, but tornadoes, nope. Yeah. I don't want to live anywhere where there's tornado warnings.
Nope.
I was in Savannah for a while, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So right now, I think I'm gonna have to run and grab my Schmidt off the mount. It's all covered up.
Yeah.
It's all covered up.
Nope. Go do it.
Huh? Insurance? You're fine. My children and everybody are vetoing me. They're saying, "Stay your butt in the house."
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. You'll get, whatever happens, it'll be it'll be insured. What is true,
It'll end up in Green Bay.
Yeah, it will. It probably end up, somewhere.
You know what it'll do? It'll fly right into Dave Kriege's lap. Wisconsin.
Mowing my luck, it end up in the UP. It's around near Mackinac or something.
Oh, well, maybe you won't have to ship it to Starfest in Ontario. So
yeah, I know, right? Hey, you know what? If something does happen, you know, insurance definitely, and that'll help me get a new scope. So hey, bonus.
Yeah. Oh man, well, be safe, Eric. Make sure you're all tucked in, and but
Sure.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, we got a lot of stuff with the critique. I know that Josh wants to be on and show us his rig. So let's see if I could get him up on Discord. Let's see. Where is it? Let's see. Josh Shiki. Okay. And I'll give you the sure thing. Okay, so it's gonna be is let's see. Let's see, Astral VMix beta. And let's see, guests, open call manager. 95127. There we go. Josh, I just sent it to you, so feel free to log in whenever. I'll see it pop up. So, and we're gonna go right to the 2-up because I think Eric is going to get his stuff. There we go. All right. So once Eric comes back, we'll throw him back in. Hopefully everything's okay over in the Chicagoland. So is Josh already? Josh is already in. All right. So Josh is already in. So give me a second, Josh. And you work fast, my friend. Let's see. And quick play and players and guests and there we go. All right. And you're not Eric Watson, so don't worry about it. I'm just going to change it fast enough. But anyway, what's going on, Josh? How you doing?
Hey, pretty good.
What's
Getting
going
storage
on?
tonight, so I brought my stuff inside so I can swap out my Newt instead of the Red Cat.
Okay.
For Galaxy season.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's that time, right? You know. So
yeah, the last I'm getting like about an hour, maybe a night of the last few targets that I'm trying to do. So.
Well, what have you been up to since the last time you've been here?
Oh, nothing. Just feeling like I don't know how to edit anymore.
Why is that?
Not sure, but like I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm in a bit of an editing rut because I keep not getting results that I expect. I went back on some like old data recently to like reprocess, and just nothing at all like what I originally had. And the original seemed like it was a lot better. So just not quite sure what's going on there. But
you know, oh man, sorry about that. Sometimes we all kind of get that kind of that kind of mental block, I guess. Sometimes, I used to do this right, and why is it coming up right now?
Yeah, I feel like there's a certain point where you get to where you're good enough that you like are trying new things and experimenting, and then you don't know, like you can just kind of almost start over again. And I don't know, like I'm good enough to know that I'm not doing it right.
Well, yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm not quite sure what I should be doing that I'm not. But yeah, mostly it's been a lot of clouds and stuff recently, so that's kind of and shorter target or shorter session time on the targets I'm shooting because everything's setting early.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing that stinks about
waiting to
that.
just waiting to collect stuff and editing.
It's like when I mean, I wish we didn't live in. I wish I was in Arizona because they don't switch their clocks. So I mean,
Oh yeah.
Now it's just going to get later and later, all the way up till June. I mean, it's going to get 10 o'clock at night, starting imaging, 10:15.
Mhm.
And, you know, right now I'm starting at about 8:30, quarter to 9. But I mean, you know, within a month, it's going to be after 9:15, and then then 10, you know, it's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
Uh, so,
Yeah, I miss being able to like set up at 5 o'clock and just
yeah,
get as
get
much
like
as I could.
7 hours in and be in bed by like midnight.
Yeah.
You know.
The problem still though is where I am at least. It's like December through like February is just clouds. Like I'm lucky to get a couple hours of clear night at any given time.
I feel you, man, because you know, I'm in the same boat as you because it'll say clear across the entire thing, and then like all of a sudden clouds from either Canada or somehow out of the south will just come out and I'm done, and that's it. So
Mhm.
it'll be beautiful, and then by like it'll be cloudy for like 4 hours, and then I'm like, yo, I'm going to bed, and that's it. I'm
Mhm.
done. You know, that's
And
why I
I'm in
need what
Michigan. I'm in
was that?
Michigan. I'm in Michigan and I'm getting like lake effect snow
Yeah,
constantly or lake effect clouds and unpredictable weather generally.
you know, I mean, it's really bad, especially well, you get a lot of stuff from the Great Lakes. I get stuff that comes crawling across the country, either from the south or from the west. Nothing comes from
Hmm.
the east because that's just the ocean. Nothing ever comes that way, and the jet stream's going the other way anyway. But
You get a hurricane. But yeah.
no, yeah, well, yeah. If that happens, if that happens, Long Island is going to be underwater. But you know,
Mm.
we don't need another Sandy. But you know, it's really interesting when all of a sudden, like I remember not the winter before this, I would have 5, 6 days in a row where it was clear, like in stretches, like all of a sudden, and then it'd be cloudy for a month, and then it'd be 5 or 6 nights in a row that it'd be clear, and then it'd be cloudy for a month. So it's
Mhm.
kind of like it's pretty bad. Hey, Senthil, what's going on? Do I hear Eric? Eric is back. So
Yep, I'm back.
everything all right?
Yeah. Ran upstairs and had to grab a few things, and so don't mind me, guys. So continue the conversation.
Oh, we're just talking about the
But
crappy weather, but
yeah, I
yeah.
mean, it is what it is, guys. I mean, I'm switching over to
What's
my
the,
headset because we got everybody down here and stuff. So
if I'm not mistaken, there's a clouds called mammatus clouds that kind of, they form. They're kind of mammatus clouds underneath that form just prior to the tornadoes. Is that something you got up there now, Eric?
you know what? I haven't been outside, but I wouldn't put anything past it. I wouldn't put anything past Mother Nature. Who knows what's going on out here? You know.
Oh,
Um,
well, we hope the lights stay on, and
yeah,
we
no
hope that
kidding.
the family is safe, and more
Yeah.
importantly. So if you got a
So
jet, if the computer
if
does turn,
all of a sudden you see the internet and you see me freezing, then you'll know something's happened.
well, let's just hope nothing happens like that. Let's
Yeah,
just,
no kidding, right?
please.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
At least you're in the basement somewhere. So
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
but so Josh, what do you want to start with? You want to start with your rig, or you want to?
Yeah, I can start with the rig since that's what I missed
Yeah,
last time. Let me share my screen here.
I think it's on the bottom, a little red computer.
Yep.
Zyder Z. Zyder Z.
So everyone knows I'm an Eagle, the Prima Luce Eagle fan, right? So everyone knows these wires, right? These little wires. It has they have the little twisty kind of connector on one side and a 2.1 or a 2.5 on the other, right? So you can power things with your Eagle, right? Just like very similar to an ASI Air, but ASI Air goes 2.1 to whatever, right?
Right.
I have about I've had two different Eagles many different types, and I worked in a telescope shop. And this, I have about 15 of these wires, right? Not one of them was a 2.5 millimeter end. Everything was a 2.1. I have 5 3 amp and 5 8 amp wires, and they're all 2.1, and nothing was able to run my Giotto. I needed to get another one, so I bought one more, so now I got like 16. I bought one from Woodland
So
Hills.
out of all of those cables that you've had,
I never needed a 2.5.
wow.
Anyway, all right. So
Don't you think they would, I don't know. Don't you think sometimes manufacturers should include in the cost, certain cables, like ZWO, they don't include a actual power cable,
no,
with their cameras.
no.
It doesn't make, sometimes it's just head scratcher. Like,
Well, no,
why
I
wouldn't
think
you?
they're assuming you own a ASI Air and you have all the cables that you need.
Uh-huh.
So that's what they're assuming. And if not, go buy one.
Yeah, I guess so.
So,
Yeah.
all right, let's get to Josh here. He's waiting. So let me turn off the little loopy thing on the bottom. Here we go. Okay, go. So Josh, let's see what we got.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember the scope with the Rebel insignia. I remember that.
Oh yeah. So that's my first scope that I ever had. My dad got me that one a long time ago, and my nephew, when he was like 3 years old, broke the diagonal casing, and the mirror fell out. And I just never fixed it. I'm like, how do you fix a scope? I didn't know back then. And then when the pandemic started, I was like, you know what? I could probably buy a replacement part for that. So went
So
online. It was like $30. Got a new part, and that got me kind of upgrading various different parts of this Meade DS90 C, the
okay.
mount model of it. And I don't know. I've gone through so many different phone adapters for this thing, and I don't know, the next YZ and Celestron, I think, was the best one I had. But it was hard to, you had to be prepared and figure out the alignment of everything during the day, I think. And it just, I don't know, it always had a hard time getting through that. So I eventually decided I was gonna start doing astrophotography and really trying. And so I got myself a Red Cat with a Ioptron Skyguider Pro.
Sure. Yep.
And a DSLR. The cheapest new DSLR I could find, which was the Canon T7 at the time.
Still a good camera. That's a good camera.
It's a great camera. Love it. I don't know how to use it in general with a regular
lens.
with a regular lens without a scope attached to it. So that's how, I took this thing off and I'm playing around with it. I don't know how to work this anymore. I know how to do it on manual mode.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's a close up of it, of the original setup. So you'll see down there, I've got various attachments for the dew heater, the red dot finder was a necessity because this is not an automated go-to scope. So I had to do a lot of learning there. That has a manual polar alignment on that one.
That's the one. That's not the one with the iPolar, then, right? That's the regular one.
No, I did not get the iPolar one. Yeah. No, I was getting in cheap.
Yeah, no. Listen, the people don't give the Skyguider Pro its due, because you know what? It's a really cool track. It's chargeable. It's light.
Yeah.
It's easy. Just make sure you don't use too much. I think it's 11 pound, I think, max on
11
that.
pounds. Yeah, I think. So this was good.
Yeah, Red Cat and Red Cat and the camera, and that's it for wide field. It's great.
like if I'm going traveling or something, like I would absolutely take this, and I still have it. So it's it's been sitting out in the garage though. I don't know if the battery on it will maintain after that. Haven't used it in a while. But then you might notice that the thing on top of the camera there. That's a pixel intervalometer, remote controlled. Just got hot shoe on top of the camera, and then plugs into the what do you call it? The shutter release.
Yep.
And that's how I did all my sequencing when I first started out. It was all just done through that. You could tell it to, shoot for 120 seconds. Had to do all the math myself in my head, or on a calculator, I guess. But sometimes I'd get that wrong and just like still be shooting like well into the morning after the sun rises. But this was a really good rig and a really great one to start out with. Easy to move around, pretty easy to balance. I was able to take it in and out all the time without any problems. And yeah, it's able to support a basic red cat there. So the one thing I didn't like about it, I guess, was it's not go-to for one, but like the battery on it, you have to charge it.
Yep.
You can't like just leave it plugged in and have it run off of AC power. Like it has to run off. It has to charge the battery, and then you don't want to overcharge it because I don't know. It said like don't overcharge the battery, and so I would have to like keep an eye on it for that. And I started out with batteries for my Canon, but then I ended up getting a dummy battery that lets you do AC.
Yep.
So that the camera would be able to run all night without having to switch out the battery halfway through. And that was a really useful upgrade. And yeah, I think that was my first actual astrophotography rig. I do have it's a Apertura 88 for visual, 8-inch Dob. Recently got the upgrade kit on that. It's pretty nice. Here's how I used to do flats. Just have a light panel, like artist tracing panel on that. But even the brightest setting or the lowest setting on it was still too bright. So I ended up using like sheets of paper to get it down to like the exposure time down to a decent amount. Or so that it was like over a second, because for the longest time all my flats were 15ths of a second or something like that.
Oh man.
Which I think is like way too fast.
Well, yeah, especially if you have a 294, because the 294 did not like anything under 2 seconds. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I mean, I was just using the Canon DSLR, but
yep.
Yeah. No, if I think generally once I figured out that it needs to be over, you want it between like 1 and 5 seconds or something like that, would be optimal. And so I figured out like I needed a certain number of sheets of paper like in between that. And then that worked out pretty well, but I also had to deal with potential light leak. So I wanted to like have this covered and everything. I also had to like set this thing up and go out and point it up to the sky to balance everything. It was kind of a pain, but that's how I do do flats with my Z130 as well, because it's just bigger than what I have set up. I'll get to that one in a minute, but here's my flat setup. So I use that panel, and then I have this is an Illumiglow 5-inch astrophotography like flat panel. Like it's just you can buy it if you go to Illumiglow's website and look up. They have astrophotography stuff. They have these in different sizes, and so I might consider getting one of these for my 5-inch Dob as well. But then the adapter here. So what you buy on Illumiglow is just this light panel in there and the battery pack, and then this adapter for it is 3D printed. It's like a 2 or 3 part 3D print. So I have a 3D printer, so I was able to use that. And the one that the model that's actually on what do you call it? on Thingiverse actually is they have
Thingiverse, yeah.
adapters for the Red Cat 51 and I think a few other ones that they have them for. But if you know your way around Blender or anything like that, you can easily modify it. I actually made a modification of that with a little.
Oh my!
I needed a little lip. I needed a little lip around the outside of it, or around that ring in the middle, to keep it from sliding down too far.
Like a donut.
And then that holds my my solar filter.
Nice.
On the Red Cat, which the solar filter is made to fit on my Z130. But that's, I figured out how to adapt it. So that was nice. I also have various other 3D printed parts. Printed these clips to hold my upgraded 10 amp adapter or power adapter. And then I upgraded to bigger, I printed like these fit over the azimuth.
Yeah.
Yeah, the azimuth knobs on my EQ35.
Yeah, those things are small.
Just a little bit more torque when I need them.
M35. Yeah, those
yeah,
knobs.
The knobs are really small.
Yeah.
And like these and those other clips and stuff, you can actually if you go to my name on Thingiverse, these are available to download and print as well.
Josh, you have a question on what printer do you use?
It's like the cheapest one I could find that was semi-large. It has a 6-inch plate. It's a XYZ Printing DaVinci Junior Pro Wi-Fi, I think. There's a lot of qualifiers on it.
It's a DaVinci.
It's a Wi-Fi DaVinci Junior Pro.
Okay.
It works pretty well. It doesn't have a heated base, so a lot of the prints kind of get a little bit, I don't know, they detach from the base sometimes, and so they'll have a little bit of warping and stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, I've 3D printed a bunch of parts. I actually like refixed. My dad has this the DS90 Mead one, and his was like
a sheet of ice on that. What is that?
But this, yeah, my backyard floods a lot, and this was actually a couple of years ago. We had a lot of snow and a lot of thawing, and so like there was just a huge sheet of ice over everything.
Oh my god, I'd be scared to walk on that thing.
Everything. Yeah, it was kind of tricky. But yeah, I restored my dad's DS90 by reprinting 3D printing parts for a bunch of different pieces on here.
Nice.
But yeah, then so that was my starter rig. I upgraded to the EQ-M35 last year. Got that just before the prices went up, like a week before they went up. So that was really lucky. You'll see on here, I do have the big, like I upgraded, I went to bigger paddles for my ASI Air antenna.
Was that
actually
for the
had
Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I actually had a double thing here, but the splitter on that kept like detaching or breaking inside, and I couldn't tell why. I didn't have any service, like even up close. And so I ended up just using one of these paddles now, and that works pretty well. I don't know if it's necessarily better than the other one. I have been meaning to read that article about them, but just haven't gotten to that.
Right.
Let's see. And then okay. So I use the red dot finder on this thing just to kind of see where things are pointing, if I need to like get an idea of whether I'm about to hit trees or not, or if I'm trying to target the moon.
Got it.
Because the ASI Air does not know how to find the moon.
I'll figure that out.
Yep. So it's the EQ-M35. I got the EQ mod adapter on that. Cable management is pretty good. I go with the 1 foot or 1.5 foot braided cables.
Yep.
And so like and they're color coded too, or at least different colors, so that I can follow where everything's going pretty easily. And then like finding these braided cables of the right size
to do that, to color code. That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's really hard to find short braided cables. Like they exist. You can find them on Amazon,
Yep.
but they are just super hard to search for. So if you're interested and you need a link or something, I can probably send it to you. Just hit me up on Discord.
Nice.
Yeah, let's see. So red dot finder, I got the triple kind of dovetail mount thing. In case I need to put my I have a solar finder as well. So if I need to attach that there, that'll work. And then I've got a, what is this? A 32 millimeter William Optics finder scope with a 120 mini. I got the filter drawers recently instead of the filter instead of a filter wheel, because I only have 2 filters. It's pretty good. I don't know how to mix stuff like in processing of my 2 different filters though. I've tried things, I don't like any of the results yet. So mostly I've just been shooting with the NBZ lately though. And it's got tons of red and really sharp stars, but there's like no blue. And some of the stuff I shoot I know has a lot of blue in it from what I've shot before with my Moon and Sky Glow filter. So I don't know. Still trying to figure all that out. I recently upgraded to the ASI 183 MC Pro.
Yep.
So multicolor. It's basically, it was the right one for the pixel sizes to everything. When I first hooked this up,
nice
I hooked it up directly. Yeah. When I first hooked this up, I hooked it up like directly to the Red Cat. But this thing has a lot of back focus. Apparently, so like I couldn't reach focus, I couldn't find stars, I couldn't polaroid line with it.
Yeah, you need with the Red
like
Cat,
you need
you're
to
gonna need
use
55 to get.
Yeah, you need to use all of the adapters that it comes with.
Yeah, the 2
basically.
that it comes with, the 16.5 and the 21, you're gonna have to use.
Because the DSLR, like that one, like you don't need to worry about the back. You just hook it right.
Yeah, for some reason the reason why is because when you put the T adapter on the DSLR, that T adapter plus the body frame of, but I'm not talking mirrorless cameras here. I'm talking about, Nikon, Canon, regular, mirrored cameras. Once you put that T mount down there, you are at 55 because the sensor is so far back in the body. Because with the ZWO cameras, most of the ZWO cameras are only at 6.5 plus an 11 millimeter spacer, which would be 17.5. With your DSLR, it's a lot back further. So that's why once you put that T mount on there, you're at 55, and you could just actually screw that DSLR right onto the back of the Red Cat.
Is that because the other in
is
the
that
DSLR?
Because of the what?
Is that because of the mirror in the DSLR?
Well, the mirror is at the top, and then you got the mirror here. You can't see me. It's like diagonal across. But if you take that mirror down, you go into mirror lockup. You'll see the sensor and you'll see the shutter, right? So once you move that shutter to the side, and you'll see how far back that sensor is. And when you add all the T mounts are the same distance. So once you're there, you're at 55.
Usually, Dan, on the DSLRs, if you're looking down from the very top, like almost adjacent to where the hot shoe is, you'll see a little line, a horizontal line.
Yep.
And that horizontal line will be the indication of where the sensor is located.
Yep, that's true. Yep.
Okay, I think I see it.
Yeah, it's definitely there.
Because the sensor is like right at the front of the camera of the ASI 183. So
so it's
now that I'm looking at it, it makes a lot of sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, because the sensor's a lot deeper in the DSLR, so that's why you're able to do that.
Okay, makes sense. All right, so with the new rig, I got the wheel or the filter drawer. I got some newer, I don't remember what the straps are. I got them from you at Camera Concepts though. Those work great for this, and they plug into a 12 volt splitter. right into the ASI air, so that was nice. All that stuff, like those are power cords, so I try and keep them away from data cords as best I can. And then what else? So I got the EAF. I'm using the Black Cat adapter there, so that hooks onto the or there's a gear on the gear ring on the outside of the focuser, and then like this other, I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing at all.
We can.
But then there's another gear that hooks onto the cat, and this is really good. Don't get a lot of backlash or anything like that, but what I don't love is that if I want to rotate the scope, I do have to disengage all of those gears and then reset them later. So when I put on the ASI 183, I didn't change my rotation from where it was set for the DSLR, which was set to 0. So now I have to like figure out angles. But I actually do. Let me see if I showed. If you see on this one, right around the ring,
A roof collapse.
or right around the focuser.
Wait, hold on.
I have a.
You okay, Eric?
Yeah, no, sorry. We just got information. Sorry, I didn't mean to have my mic
that's okay. You got me nervous.
Unmuted. No, a house in our area, their roof collapsed, so that we're just monitoring things. So yeah.
Oh, geez.
So we're fine. We're just monitoring things.
All right.
Everybody's safe.
Yep.
Yeah. So where I was saying, if you look right below the rotator on this, there is a little ring with pointy things on it.
Yep.
That is.
It's got the hash marks. Yep.
Yeah. So that's an adjustable ring, like basically rotator indicator that I put on there, so that I can, like, without having to rotate the whole scope, I can point to like the actual degrees that the sensor is hooked to. So I just look at what ASI air shows in like the Sky Atlas,
right?
Whatever its rotation is there, and I move it to point to that, so that way I can rotate it if I need to set it to the right thing. And again, that's another thing that I have on Thingiverse that you can download.
All right.
That's a lot of it, and then I'll kind of go over it real quick, because I know I'm a lot over on time from what you were talking about. But
yeah, it's we got until about 9. You got another minute. So
okay, so the Z130, that's the next one. There's my dog. So the Z130 is not built for astrophotography. I ended up having to like replace the focuser, and
I remember,
Dan, you were there for a lot of the troubleshooting that I went through for this. But like it comes with a dovetail or a Vixen plate or whatever, so that it'll hook right into this, and the EQ M35 holds the weight of it, so it does that just fine. It's only like a 7-pound scope, I think.
Wow.
So
right. Yeah.
But what I did do is I had to change out the focuser. So I took off the original one because it was plastic for one, and it wouldn't let me, like, I couldn't hook it up to the electronic focuser,
right?
Because the knobs on it, just, you took them off and it was, I don't know, something stupid. I think you can see the knobs here. I ended up getting a new focuser, and those knobs, at least you could take the knob off, but it was still not there, not like something that you can attach the EAF to. So I had to like drill out the couplers for it on one of them, and so that it had that kind of cone shape to it. And so then I was able to like put in a set screw and tighten it onto that with the EAF, and that worked pretty well. But yeah, so also this new focuser had a slightly lower profile, and it could go deeper, so I could focus better. Still, to get the right focus with the DSLR though, I had to like get a very, very thin adapter T-ring for it to fit. Otherwise, if I use a what do you call it, with a regular T-ring in the scope or in the draw tube itself, I could attach a 2x or 3x, just the lens part of that for a Barlow,
Right.
to that, and it would work into the T-ring, and it would work just fine, and I'd get pretty good. I think that when I took that all off, though, you get a wider field, but also like a lot more chromatic aberrations toward the edges. So if you've seen my Pelican picture with that streak going across it, with those awful stars around the edges, I think that was without any Barlow on it. So the Barlow almost kind of works as like a flattener in this case. Another thing I had to do was this plate on the back of this. They say to take it off so that you get better airflow, I guess. But there was a lot of light leak coming through that, so I put that back on. I had to drill some screws, drill some holes out to still allow me to do the what's the word for it? Collimation. Yeah. Otherwise, like the rig is working pretty well. I think I do have to like paint some of the screws inside because I think there might be too much reflection on that. And I'm thinking about getting some flocking on this thing in the inside to help get rid of some more glare. But I'm gonna set that up unless I can find some really good targets, like dark nebula targets or something for the Red Cat over the Galaxy season.
It's kind of like a little, almost in a way, like a Frankenscope.
Yeah.
With all the work you've done with all the work you've done on it. So yeah.
Awesome. All right, cool. Well, thank you, Josh, for showing us your stuff.
It.
Yeah, man. And let me go.
Thanks for having me on to talk about it.
Let me go back to here.
Well, that took a lot longer than
that's
initially talked about, but
that's not a problem. We got some time. We got some pictures to go through over we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got like 8 pictures in the critique, but some of them we've seen already. I think some of them we've done, but we'll do them again. It's fine. All right. All right. So let's see. And let's see. Here we go. And hold on a second. Where is?
Oh wow, that's some nice detail on M31 on M51 there. I kind of like that detail.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we got M51. I don't think somebody put their name on it. I didn't see. Let me see if there's a name on the let's see. Nope, not MSG Go. There we go. Let's get rid of that. There we go. And let's see if there was a name in
wonder if they used
a name in the drive. Sometimes they put it in the drive, and
gotcha.
They don't put it on the
used
title.
533 on this because it kind of, with this, it looks almost perfectly square.
Yeah, it looks very square. It looks very square. Yeah, that's definitely true. Let's see what we got here. So let's see. Let's go into the drive and see if we can get a name on this guy.
Crisp.
Yes, very. And I mean,
and those dust, the hazy dust lanes around the outside are just really nice.
And let's see, M51, where are you?
A lot of purple. I think that usually means that there's HA mixed in with this, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking it looks like it could have used an HA filter.
I think that's one from the last time. I don't see a name for this one, but
okay.
But yeah, so
did it have any specs at all?
Nothing. Just what's on the title. It says blend M51 LRGB HDR. That's it. So that's all I got.
Well, whoever did it, it's beautiful.
Yep, really great job. Good job on the dust lanes. A lot of
Yes,
HA in
yes.
there. Looks like some blur exterminator was used for the sharpening.
Yeah.
I love the little galaxies here and here. Looks like maybe a little either a planetary nebula or another galaxy there. And I think there's a couple over here. There's another one. I think there's a little guy up here too, somewhere.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yep.
Right
There. Yeah, you found it.
And I saw one more somewhere. Where did I see it?
At the 7 o'clock position, Dan. Right there. Just go to the
Is it?
7 o'clock position. Right underneath the galaxy. 7 o'clock position.
Yeah.
Over here?
Yep. Right there.
Up,
Keep going.
up,
Nope.
up.
Up a
Just
little
keep going
more.
to the left. Just northeast, northwest. Right
Yep.
there.
Here?
Right there.
This?
No,
No,
right
right
there.
there. Yeah.
Right there.
Is that a galaxy? I don't know. It looks like a grouping of 4 stars.
No, from a distance, it looks like a galaxy because you don't see the gap.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. A lot of good stuff in here. So really good job.
Yeah, really.
On
Yeah, a
some
lot
of
of
the
good
brighter
stuff.
stars, I see very faint diffraction spikes.
Yeah, I see him here
And
a
I'm
little bit
wondering,
on
is
some of the
that
brighter stars.
so? It's I'm assuming it's a newt, but I'm curious, like, you get such faint diffraction lines.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
maybe. Well, it could have been. So if sometimes you could get the with Photoshop, you can get an action and take the spikes away.
yeah.
So
Yeah, Angie. Yeah, with Annie's actions. Yeah, you
Annie's
can add
actions
some
or
spikes.
Astronomy Tools 1.6 has it, and a couple other things. So
Okay.
but it looks like Astronomy Tools 1.6 won't work on anything after CS5, I think. And I
Really?
think I only have it won't work on my CS6, but it works on my CS3. So I don't know.
Yeah, Dave, you're right. It could be an RC. With
It's
those
been, that
diffraction
thing
spikes.
is so old, they haven't come up with an update on it. It's been 1.6 for 20 years. So
Yeah.
Let's see. Next one. What do we got? Here we go. Another M51.
Okay.
This is
This
Dave
one-
Schaefer.
Okay. This one, I'm just going to be a little honest with you. The background seems really, really dark. I mean, and perhaps, yeah, and definitely, and I would say, like we always talk about, more exposure time, more data, gather some more data on this. I mean, he does have the core really nice, and you can definitely see, and there's some nice detail on the arms, but I do think he's left a lot out that could really be, with some more time invested in it, could really be brought out.
Yeah, I agree. Again, this could be. I'm not sure what time that we have. I know he's in the chat right now, but I don't know what time you have invested in this.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious on the amount of integration time.
Yeah, Dave, if you could throw us some stats on the pick since you're in the chat, feel free.
Yeah, that would be
It's
great.
funny you said that background was too dark, though, because like to me it seems too bright, and there's not enough differentiation between the background and the galaxy itself.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
that could be it too. He said only a few
I
hours.
mean, that might just be that the galaxy isn't bright enough, but the background is.
Yeah.
Maybe if you mask the galaxy and just stretch the galaxy a little bit brighter, might be good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's the one you took at bin 1. Okay, with the 294 mono. All right. So it's at a higher res.
Right.
And really good detail.
No, the detail in the middle is good.
To me, it just doesn't stand out enough from the background.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I don't know if that's, a bit too much contrast, perhaps, on the background.
Like here. 1625 focal length.
Okay.
Yeah, throw a couple more hours on this. You're gonna get some good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Right.
Oh, The
Chris
sombrero.
Jensen. Was that 104?
Yeah, sombrero. You know what? There's just something about the sombrero galaxy that I really, really like. I don't know if it's just that flatness in the disc.
It's the flat where everything's in the middle and that dark dust. I love it too. I'm with you on that. But and then I'm going to be a little bit of a jerk here, but I think I see somebody bump the scope or something. Because
there is a
every
little bit of a
star,
trailing.
no, it's not trailing. It's not because the
No,
stars
like a little nudge.
yeah,
Like it's a little
somebody bumped the
drag.
scope because every star has this bump to the left.
Yeah, like a little bit of a drag
Every
or
star?
something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Every star has that bump to the left. Every star.
Yeah, but yeah, the brighter ones for sure. Yeah.
Well,
you can barely
the dimmer ones
see.
are still there. You just got to get in on it.
Yes.
It's
You just got
there.
to get in on them, sure.
You know, because they're dim and they're small, so they kind of merge into the same pixel. But it looks like it's there on almost every star. I mean,
Oh, to me that's like, so when I go blink all my subs, I check for, you know, when I'm dithering,
Yep.
sometimes it doesn't settle fast enough, and so it'll catch, you know, a little bit of a streak coming from the stars. And so like the two things that I look for when I blink through my subs to check for, you know, rejected frames is that shift, and, you know, clouds. And
apparently
if you have enough of those shifts, because like sometimes in a session I'll have, you know, probably like a third of them have that shift just because the guiding has problems.
Or maybe you just need a longer settle time. That's all.
Yeah.
But it looks like I've been corrected. So apparently 1.6 does work in later versions of Photoshop. So I guess it works. I don't know why it doesn't work on my 6. But Jerry is, and I gotta say, since he's out in the chat, thank you, Jerry, for helping me out with the Photoshop package. You know, thank you so much. So Photoshop will no longer shut me down in 3 days. So thank you so much. So
yeah, what scope was this done on? It looks like it was, you know, some definitely it looks like to me some sort of reflector, maybe even an RC
Could
or a newt.
It's got the spikes, the telltale spikes.
Yeah.
Is there any specs on it, Dan? What's the specs?
I'll double check, but I didn't see anything in there.
Yeah.
This once again, you got to provide the specs. Just provide what the scope is, what the
As a matter of fact, there's no specs in the in any of the pictures. I don't think. Let me see.
You gotta be kidding me.
Nope.
Why not? What's wrong? Why don't you guys put the specs in?
Yeah, that would be really helpful.
There's no specs in any of them, actually.
At least like link to drop a link to the Astro bin for it or something.
Yeah,
you could probably put up a template. You should put up a template in the upload.
I think I did originally,
where we can.
I don't know where it is now, but
put at least the basic specs that we want. I like there's some pretty good detail in the actual galaxy. Like I can see the like flocculence going on, and some of the rings inside of the sombrero.
Yeah, you can see them.
Really
I think they'd be a lot cleaner if we didn't have that 1 or 2 subs.
Yeah. Chris, flip through those, like blink through your subs and reject anything that has any
sort of
guide settling shifts
bump or whatever.
Because if you have
it could have even been anything like a wind gust or something.
You don't know you're already pushing it where you could get a little bit more clarity. I mean, it's kind of a little bit soft when you zoom in, but is that just the resolution of the scope? Without knowing what the vocal length of the scope is, we don't know if we're maxed out right there. So
that's true.
But if you get that shifting, like that's bad on the stars, and it's bad on any detail in the nebulosity or galaxies and stuff too. And most of the time, like if it's 1 or 2 frames like that, it'll average out. But if there's a good chunk of them that do that, then it'll end up showing up in the finals.
It's the next one.
Didn't we see this a couple weeks ago?
Inside
We did.
the heart.
We saw
Yeah.
a couple of these already, but
Yep, that's right. Great image. Look at the sharpness, the detail, the nice round tight stars.
the only thing I would say about it is that I see a little magenta in the stars.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, there
kinda
is.
purplish.
There is.
Yeah, a
And,
little purple in the stars, and that's just if you don't take the RGB stars when you're doing narrowband, that's something that you're gonna get all the time with
you will.
narrowband.
You will.
You'll get either it won't necessarily be purple, but the star color will be off, and that's why a lot of people do opt to do RGB stars, even if it's only like 20 minutes each channel or an hour each channel, because you're only using it for star color. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You don't need it for
Exactly.
anything else. So, even if you only want to take, 20, 30-second unguided photos for just the star color, who cares? You're going to take the stars out of it and use your O3 and your HA for your main image. So it's not going to be, but there's really nothing to say about it. I mean, I love a couple of things about this. I do like the dark. I always like this arrow here with Malot 15. This nice dark nebula in here.
What's that one in the back, like right in the center there, kind of in the background?
This guy over here?
Looks like a badger. No, like lower left in between the two. Looks kind of like a badger or something. A little to the left of where your mouse is. That thing.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the pronounced, at the very tip there. It's like almost long. Yeah, I like the
That
detail
would be
there.
the point
That's
where
very good.
protostars are starting to be born.
Maybe.
Yeah, because all that cold gas now is just condensing. And it's right at that point that you're going to get the protostars. And once it ignites, it just blows all that gas out.
Yep. Yeah, it's Jason Pellegrini. Yeah, we've seen a couple of these before, I think.
Yeah.
This one the next couple we've seen. So I think those three were the only three new ones.
The most recent ones. Okay.
Yeah, because we saw that.
Yep.
That was part of the Dragons.
Yep.
Definitely saw that.
Yeah, saw that one. Yeah, part of
that bow shock that Pete
Seagull.
talked about.
Yeah, the bow shock. Nice. Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah.
The star panel.
Yeah, that was a really nice setup there. That panel was really nice.
And doors. And the tadpoles. Yeah, we saw all those.
Yeah. Yep.
But that's just, let's see. Starland said those are the only ones in the critique folder. Did you put it in the critique folder, or did you put it in the picture of the week?
Sure.
Dan, something I've noticed.
Billy just said he put in a one.
Okay.
And Starlancer says the Thor and the California are new.
There you go. See? There you go. It just popped up again. There you go. You have unlicensed Adobe apps.
What?
There you go. I have 4 days until they shut me down. so
and save 40%.
Well, I saved more than that. I gotta thank you to the California is new. Really? We didn't see. I thought we saw this one. I could be wrong. All right. Well, there's a California. Nice job with the colors. The colors look great.
They are. They really are.
I like the transitions with the gold, red, blue. I like that. Or you call it orange, I guess.
I need a mono.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Mono just changes your perspective. It really, really does, as far as what you're able to pull out and the amount of detail. It really changes your from because when I first started, I'm just like you with the 183 one shot and been with one shot colors, for at least Now this might be my 6th year in doing astrophotography, and I want to say at least the first 4, maybe 4 years, 4.5 years, it was all one shot color. And getting that first mono, that 294 mono,
Yeah,
it really started to change things for me. And,
There's just
that's
so
when I
much
went
more
ahead and got the
depth.
2100.
it really
Yes,
is.
I
yes,
see
yes,
the,
yes,
like
yes.
depth, and like all the mono ones I see are like so much more 3-dimensional.
Yeah.
You can see like all the layers. Like pull up my California. If you go into my folder, this I have a
You made, yeah, I saw you made your
Josh
own.
Kovacs submissions. There's a
You made
California.
your own
Yeah,
folder.
because I had like some previous ones and I revisited them and
See, like,
updated them, so I wanted to like keep them together in there
let's see.
so that you could see like the before and then after of those.
14. The second one or the first one?
The second one is the better one, I think.
Download, save, open. That one?
Yeah. So this one was still with the DSLR and the Bader, the Moon and Sky Glow filter.
Yep.
Yeah, like you see texture, but you don't see any depth to it.
No, because everything's
Yeah.
more or less the same color, so there's no
Right.
separation to make that. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I mean, once you go to to that,
Yeah.
then you're able to shoot in different wavelengths as opposed to just a Batter Moon and Sky Glow and a color cam. So
Mhm.
What makes this pop out is the color contrast between the different light intensities
Yep.
of each level. Look at that. So that's what goes on with monochrome cameras, is that you get the contrast, especially with a lower nanometer bandpass filter. And that's the reason why they're more expensive, because you get the better color contrast.
Mhm.
and Star Lancer said that this one was one of his too. So this is the Thor's helmet. I gotta finish this guy up. Trying to see
This one's
if
a
this-
small target, right?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
pretty small.
Yeah,
You
focal
need
length
you need like 750 to or more on the focal length.
Okay.
Yeah. It's definitely not a wide field target.
No.
Right.
If you do that with the red cat, you're gonna be like you're gonna try and
Yeah,
crop
I'm not
in
gonna
on
see
it,
anything.
and it's gonna be like all pixeled out. It's gonna be horrible.
Yeah.
But like I started imaging with my 870, the AP, and it's a pretty good frame size for that, for about 900. But I think this looks good as well, Starlancer. I think it looks good. And just so you know, I know me and Starlancer have been talking a little bit offline regarding the Pegasus Astra, right? You know, the issues that I've been having with that, the Pegasus Nix and the ASI Air.
Yep.
They're fixed. Everything is done. Everything works perfectly.
What was
Finally,
fixed?
well, not fixed 100%. Well, I guess it's fixed 100%, but with the on-step electronics driver, it finally allows me to park, unpark, slew, whatever. So no need to go into the Unity platform to unpark it and go back in and all that. No need for that anymore. I was it's funny. So my buddy Bugs, who's on the chat all the time,
Mhm.
he goes, oh, my son's birthday is tomorrow. Can you come by with your Dom? And I'm gonna bring my 9 1/4. You can bring your Dom, and there's gonna be like 100 kids there. I said, sure, yeah, no problem. All the way out east, about an hour drive. Fine. I guess I sold my collimator, so I'm on the search for a collimator. So I haven't used my Dob in 3 years, So I think I sold it somewhere along the way to somebody who needed it. And so I didn't have a collimator. So I said, all right, let me bring the Pegasus with the Red Cat. We'll just do EAA. We'll do it on, whatever. Well, I get there and the Pegasus won't connect, not even to my cell phone, not even through the Unity platform, nothing. So I got nothing. I drove all the way out there for an hour and a half there, hour and a half back, and showed these kids completely nothing. So,
Oh, that's too bad.
yeah, but well, thank God, Frank had his 9.25 inch and binoculars, so they were able to see. We saw M42, M45, Venus. So the moon was out, so they loved that. They all got blinded, but it's okay. And it was a lot of fun. So I said, I've been using it on the cell phone for 2 weeks now, 3 weeks now, no problems. Of course, when I get in front of 100 kids, it doesn't work. So I come home, I plug it into my computer, and sure enough, Starlens has been yelling me about an upgrade that came out, whatever. Finally, the upgrade pops up. It hasn't been popping up at all. Finally, it popped up. 1.19 came out. I downloaded the firmware. Boom. Perfect. No problem.
Oh, good, huh?
All good. So now I'm gonna, I did a little video. Well, I didn't do it. I watched one of Quee's videos regarding the EAA live stacking on it, and it's pretty easy. I thought I was pretty impressed with it. So it's pretty cool. And you
On
can
the
say,
ASIR?
yeah, it was pretty cool. So
Yeah.
and I bought everything. I bought my flat panel. I bought everything. I was going to do the flats and the darks and the lights. So it comes. Yeah, I couldn't even get it to slew, so it didn't even matter.
I mean, one thing is somebody was mentioning, doing the live stacking, and they were frustrated a bit about that they have to do the biases and they can't do dark flats or anything like that. And my answer was to that was, why don't you just you still name it bias, but you do the same process as you would with a flat dark. You would do the same exposure as your flats, just label the header as a bias frame, and then still load everything up within ASIR, and utilize dark, those dark flats in lieu of bias, and then you should be fine for live stacking with the ASIR if that was a concern. Did you have to do anything like that, or you just did straight bias, or when you did it?
No, you could go right to bias and run it, do bias and darks, because I was only doing 30-second images. So 30-second darks, I took like 10 of them because it's only like, you see, the thing that Queeve gets into on his video, and he does it really well, is if you're only doing EAA, don't go all crazy with the, your 50 dark frames, 100 dark frames, whatever. You don't need that. You're doing EAA. Yeah, you do 10, 15, you're fine. You do the bias, you do 20 because they're 1 second exposures or less. And then your flats. You want to take a little bit more flats than anything because that's getting away all your vignetting and your dust motes and all that. So take 20 or 30 flats, and if you're doing the ASIR, it's got an auto setting. So it'll find out what that 50% histogram is going to be. It'll shoot for that 50% histogram, automatic, change your time to match, and boom, you're done. And then all you got to do is point the live stacker to the folder where those calibration frames are, and then you're off to the races. That's it.
Now, I have had some struggling with certain types of flats. I want to say it was my 03 flats.
Oh, when you had the amoeba.
Green,
you had the amoeba
yeah,
going.
but that was with the 294. But with my 2600, it's doing the flats and everything, and you set it to auto. However, when it would do auto, they would be so short. There would be even the auto, and the ADU would be probably about 15 or between 15 and 25% on the histogram. It would be so low.
Huh.
It would not make any sense. So I started to have to increase,
Time or the
my
brightness.
the brightness of the spica flat, and do a
Yeah,
couple
but if
tests
you're on
to get
auto
around that
and you
2-second point.
yeah, but if you're on auto and you raise the brightness, it's just going to lower your time. You know what I mean? You got to change the time, not the brightness, for that one filter.
Yeah. So instead of it being set to auto, I had to actually
Do 2
I
seconds and
actually just
figure it
did
out.
I did 2 seconds. I figured it out and things like that. Then it actually hit.
Yeah.
It's doing the auto. Then it would say, yeah, 2 seconds, or do 3 seconds or what have you, and it would be right. 50% of the histogram. It'd be about 32,000 within
Okay.
the median ADU and stuff like that. But it was just really weird. But yeah, the 294 mono, that was the one that I did move on from that with the 2600. That when it comes to your narrow bands, yeah, it's like Rorschach, paintings and stuff like that. I mean, it's just these crazy different, designs or things like that you still could you're still going to calibrate it out, but it would just be kind of weird how you would end up with that.
Yeah. No, you know what, and maybe sometimes that happens, and that's part of the things that we do as astrophotographers. We have to kind of figure things out sometimes, and sometimes maybe tomorrow that 03 auto will work just like that, and then the next day, what the hell's going on? It's just not working for you, and and I find it funny sometimes. And Pete, you could get in on this because you know exactly where I'm going. Where sometimes people spend ungodly amounts of money on rigs, or even not, even just a couple hundred on rigs, and they expect it to just perform and do. And that's really, if you want something that just does it, save yourself some money, because you're going to be spending over 20 grand. Number one, save yourself some money, spend 4, buy a Stellina, and have a day. And that's it. That's fine. But if you don't want to take the time and the effort to learn your rig, learn the intricacies of what to do when things go wrong, you're in the wrong hobby, man. You really are. And it's Pete, feel free to chime in on that one.
Well, Dan, it's like buying a Lamborghini or a Countach. Does that make you a better driver?
It might.
Let's be honest. It gets you in trouble. It gets you in trouble. And it's the same thing with these rigs, because it's like diving off the deep end of the pool and you don't know how to swim, right? Oh yeah, I'm going to get up on the deep end of the pool and I'm going to go swimming. So I always say, getting into this, start slowly and just kind of work your way up. And it's been proven, you don't want to start with an RC. I recommend never start with an RC, man, because it'll turn you off for what you want to do for a long time. But start with a refractor and kind of move up from there. But you're absolutely right. That's the recommendation.
And I'm going to get yelled at again, because every time I say this, I get yelled at. I get all sorts of hate when I say this. I really do. And that's fine. And I'm okay. I got my skin's tough. It's okay. But the thing is, and Pete, you're right. It's kind of like it's kind of like golf. I mean, golf, you have 2 different types of clubs. You have a blade club for your more advanced player, and you have an offset club for the person that plays every once in a while. It's a little bit more forgiving than the blade club. Now, the RC, like the RCXs and your plane waves and your corrected Dow Kirkhams and all that kind of, even Schmidt Cassegrains, and this is where he comes in. Even Schmidt Cassegrains are like the Blade Club of golf because of the learning curve and the amount of possible configurations that you could have with it, that it's a little bit more of a learning curve. It really is. Now, the unfortunate thing is that one of the most popular observing scopes out there is the Celestron SE line, which is the Celestron 8 is what people go to, or the 6, something like that. And once you get the bug, the first question people ask is, how do I hook my camera up to it? And so one of the things that I try and push people away from doing this is they start learning with a Schmidt. And a lot of people get frustrated.
Yes.
I got frustrated. And I got to get a reducer. What's F10? What the hell is that? Why am I shooting it? Well, do I need a Hyperstar? Do I not need a Hyperstar? Do I need a reducer? Do I need this? Do I need that? All this kind of stuff is going on. And now, with the SE, what do you mean? I need a better mount because the SE line's only an Altaz mount or single fork. What's that? So you got to kind of when you know in your heart that you're going to be going to astrophotography, talk to somebody first before you buy. Talk to your clubs, go online, talk to somebody who does it already, and do yourself a favor. Pete says it all the time. Ask somebody to show you their pictures before they sit there and tell you that they know what they're doing. Ask them to say, even if it's just a crappy picture, it doesn't matter. At least they're doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's funny.
I mean,
Dan,
heck, I started out with the 20 with that SE. I still have it. And it is a stretch. It's not the easiest, and it did get frustrating and everything. But I did get into an astronomy club here in the Rockford Astronomy Club, and they said get a refractor. Just get a small refractor. You're fine. This is not necessarily the right one for you to necessarily learn with. Don't get rid of it, but get yourself a relatively inexpensive refractor, and you will have so much more fun with it. And that was for sure. I got the GT71 with the reducer flattener, and I had a ball.
Yep.
So for sure.
I think there's a real hard line to balance between start slow and easy and buy once cry once. and I think that I don't know. I get a lot of mixed advice around
take a look
that type of stuff.
Take a look at everybody right here. Let's be honest here. We've been talking about harmonic drive mounts. Why do people want harmonic drive mounts? Because they're small. They're portable. Eric, the scope behind you, it's a portable scope. Why do I have my harmonic drive mount? Because it's a portable scope. There's something about a wide field scope that when you decide that you want to get out, you want to just say, hey, look, I want something real simple to get out an image. It's great to have long vocal length scopes, but be prepared. They're not really made for portable setups. Let's be brutally honest here. If you've got a permanent setup, God bless you, then you've got the best of both worlds. If you've got a long vocal length scope for portable set or for a permanent setup and then a portable setup, because you're going to definitely be struggling with these long vocal length RCs, corrected Del Perkins. And believe me, everybody goes aperture fever. But believe me, when you start lugging a C11 from a C14 now, there's a big difference in a one-man portable setup.
Yes.
It's not a one-man portable setup. That's the reason why you have kids, because it's the boys. Hey, boys, that's your job. Put that scope up in that mount for me.
I'll tell you, and Toloco makes a good point about, start with your DSLR, start with the, basic, just start taking pictures and get used to certain things. You know, and then you go to a tracker, and then listen. We're not saying, when we say buy once, cry once. We're not saying that on your first time out, go buy a plane wave and a nice 20-inch RC. We're not saying that, because there is another consideration to buy once, cry once, and that is budget. I mean, that's exactly what it is. And buy once, cry once is relative to every other person's pocketbook. So seriously, so yeah. I just saw what you were laughing at. So, but
Get yourself the
yeah,
stuff.
absolutely.
Yes.
You got the
DSLR,
DSLR, you got the
and an
intervalometer,
intervalometer. This is
and
your sequence manager,
yep,
and this
that's
is your
it.
camera. And you just get yourself a tripod,
That's it.
and
Yeah.
Take
that's a
15,
good
10
start.
second shots.
Yep.
Yep.
And then learn how to stack them. I got the DSLR before I got any of the other stuff, and then I bought it like a cheap, $30 tripod or whatever. Went out a few nights, tried some stuff, learned a few things, and then started looking. I was watching so many videos on what to do, how to upgrade, what are good combinations of equipment. And then there was an alert that like Red Cats were in stock somewhere. So
you got to get a book, and you purchase the book called the Deep Sky Imaging Primer. That'll be the best investment you'll make starting into this hobby for $49. Believe me, get that book, and you'll not be disappointed, because that will become your Bible.
And that's Charles Bracken's book, right?
Yep. And it's time to get Charlie back on the show. We haven't had Charlie on for a while, and I think he'd be interested in coming back on.
Yeah, he was on for Astropalooza.
Yep. So it's been about what, 4 months, 5 months here now, coming up 4 months maybe.
Yeah, it's coming up on 5. Yep.
He'd be good. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Like what Josh was saying, just start out, just learn your craft. And believe me, there's some great photography that's been done with like a Celestron AVX. It's like, if you're a great driver and you get a junk car, you can drive that car and you'll be amazed to see what you can do with it. And it's the same thing. If you're a good photographer and you're good processing, you'll be amazed to see what you can do with an AVX. So believe me, hone your skill set. That's the key, is get something inexpensive within your budget, and then hone your skill set, because that will definitely, then when you go to something, when you get better equipment, you'll be amazed to see the difference.
And you learn something every step of the way too. Like I had to learn about exposure times and ISO and what the heck that meant, and what F ratio was, and focal length, and every step of the way you're learning something. And then you learn, like, okay, why do I need this thing? Can I just sit out there and take 10 pictures in a row with my DSLR programming? Sure, but you probably want to do something a little bit longer. So having something that you can step away from for a little bit is nice. So then after you go with the intervalometer, then you're like, okay, I probably want to do something a little bit better. Get yourself a little, a small go-to mount or something for your camera, if that's what you want to go. Or if by that point, you might know that you want to go with something bigger. But
I think Sterling Lancer got to have a garage sale.
Huh?
I think Sterling Lancer should have a garage sale. He's got a tracker, an AVX, a CEM70, a Gem 28. And I really think you need it. After the Mach 1, have a garage sale. Believe me.
I was counting in my head why if I knew I was close to 8, but yeah, I had 8 mounts over the past couple years, I guess, too. So I tied them. Oh yeah, mine are all gone to Starland. So the only thing I have left is the Nix and the 8R on the pier, and the 6R. So I have 3.
Yeah, once I decide on the next mount, then the ABX is going to go. You know, it's either going to be an AM5 or a
Got to
Nix
get the
or
AM5.
something along that lines.
You got to get
you
the
know?
AM5. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and just you know what, I like it, and I was actually spending time yesterday going through my OTAs and prospective OTAs that I'm looking at, and getting some ideas, you know, on the weights of everything, so I
Yep.
can make that decision on if the AM5 is going to be able to suit everything that I may end up getting in the future. Maybe if I want to end up getting, like, say, a 126 or 127 refractor at one point, is it going to be good?
Get the Nix.
You just told me to get the AM5. Make up
Well,
your
because
mind,
you're
dude.
the ZWO guy. If you need more payload,
But you
you
just
can.
figured out. You just figured it out.
It's all
You just
good.
figured out
It's
the
great. It works awesome.
ZWO works with all the different mounts, though. You don't necessarily need a ZWO mount.
You know, you want something super light, and then there you go. I'll show it to you. Really? Here you go.
Yeah, because the AM5, its weight, it's without counterweights, it's what is it, around 26, 28 pounds without the counterweights,
Something like that.
and then it'll something like that. I can't remember. Okay, so 13 kilos. So it's around 20, yeah, around 26,
27.
between 26, 27 pounds.
Let's see. So let's see. And I think I have this set up. And we'll turn on the mount.
Yeah, Starlancer, you got quite a few, you know, mounts.
And turn on.
Okay.
All right. And I'm turning on.
Yeah, with the counterweight. And the counterweight is just basically, you know, to keep it from tipping, because I'm actually looking at what if I decided to take my 60 off and got, you know, put the AM5 on my actual pier with maybe on top of, you know, a pillar setup, you know, just to give it a little bit more height, and then, you know, let it go, and then just let her go that way. And then I think I could still be in that 40 range, you know, that 40-pound range.
44 without a counterweight.
Yeah, with it being on a pier. But yeah, I know that's what's so great about it.
I like a portable setup. I like being able to get out there and within 15, 20 minutes, you're up and running and you're imaging. And you know what? You may not have the vocal length and the reach to be able to get into the targets, but there's still something to be said about a rich field image. You know, there's so many targets out there.
I don't dispute that.
Yeah. There's so many targets out there that really are suitable for that 400 to 700, 800 millimeter range. It's just amazing. But you're absolutely right. That's the advantage of what Dan's got and what you got, Eric. Look at these little portable setups. They're so compact, so nice, and you're up and running in such a short period of time.
There you go. You ready?
Yeah, for sure.
Here we go. So, all right. Now you know that because you know, on live TV right now, you know this is going to work, right? So let's see. So I'm just getting into the ASI Air, and let's see if it boots up here, because BlueStacks have been acting funny sometimes recently. Did you have to download the new BlueStacks?
Yours too?
Yeah,
it's been acting kind of
funny.
Goofy. Yeah.
All right, so I got the one-step electronics set up, and that's set up at 15. What is it? The baud rate 151. Okay.
Okay, so for the Pegasus, you
on-step electronics, just like Star Lancer has been yelling at me about for the past 3 weeks.
Gotcha.
And it shows already connected. It shows that it's tracking already, right? And we'll just go into the mount on step 115-200 on the baud rate.
Okay.
Everything's good. Everything's good. Let's see if it's good. We're on speed max. Yes. Come on. There we go. There we go.
There it goes.
No problem.
And you don't hear a thing. You don't hear anything.
Well, I got crisp. I got my crisp on. No, I got
Oh,
my
okay.
compressors on, so it's not that quiet. No, it's very quiet. It's very quiet. But I mean, I'll get really close. You still can't hear it. There you go. All
No,
right.
you still can't hear it. No.
Yeah, it's very quiet. It's very quiet. But I mean, this thing just now I am so excited to take this out and
Mhm.
get some wide field images with the Red Cat. And then once I get the standoffs to raise this up a good 8 inches,
Mhm.
I'll be able to
Yeah.
put the AP scope on here and
Sure.
see, give it a proper shakedown, a proper this. I hate to say it, it's awesome. I love it, but it's not a proper weight test for this.
Sure.
Or focal length for guiding. You know what I mean? It's I guided the best with this with the Red Cat at 0.2. That's the best I've ever seen in New York.
It's
So
awesome. That is awesome.
again, 250 millimeter focal length. Again,
Mhm.
much more forgiving than going to be 900 millimeters when I use it.
Oh
So,
yeah. Oh yeah.
so we'll see. But everything works great.
Okay.
So thank you, Starlancer, for yelling at me so much until I got the proper update. But everything works great. And I'll just see if I can go home, start, go. There we go.
There it goes.
There we go.
Just reminded me of the first time I went go-to with my EQ M35 and just how excited I was. And I like started turning and making the noise. I'm like, this is so great.
That's funny.
Yes. No, that's yeah. I know you've been dealing with that for a while, so I'm happy that you're
I am
that it's
super
all
stoked.
working
I'm
out.
super stoked. And
Yeah, but
even
Dan,
though the
it's leaf color.
workaround wasn't that horrible, it
Hey,
was just
Dan,
it was just
leaf
annoying.
colors.
What was
It's
that?
leaf colors. The Knicks is leaf colors, man.
I'm going to give you the finger again in a second. So although I got to say, once I put the Red Cat on here, the AP scope on there,
hmm
I'll have red, white, and blue. So it won't be, it'll be patriotic. It won't be
There you go.
you damn Canucks. But really, really cool stuff. I mean, I'm so excited. I'm going to turn this off now.
Good.
But
That's
Does it
awesome.
open the garage door? Can you use it as a garage door opener?
I'm sure I could program BlueStacks to do that. So
Jerry says painted purple. There you go, Mr.
I got
Purple.
too much purple. Yeah, I'll throw this on the top. Okay, there you go.
Awesome.
I got my purple fish. That's from my honeymoon, believe it or not. I won that playing darts at a carnival in Florida.
Man.
Those pop the balloon with the cheap darts.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The guys, I almost got thrown out of the carnival. I'm a dart player. I play darts, and so what I did was, I played and I just sat there. I must have popped about 20 of the balloons, pop, 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 and I bang. And then I walked out with a couple. Of course, you pop a lot of them to get that. This is what I end up getting, that. But so I go back and I had in my back pocket. I had my own darts in there. I come back with real darts.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like you go to the carnival, right? And they got those little bottle tosses on the Coke bottles, right? But they got the rings, right?
That's so
Well, the
annoying.
rings are smaller than the top of the Coke bottle. So what they do with the darts is the darts are kind of maybe those little, they're flexible, so they don't break the balloons. But when you
the plastic flights.
It is. No.
Unbelievable.
God.
But we do have to do the giveaway tonight. It's almost 10 o'clock, so let's do that. And then I got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work. So
Oh
yeah. It's going to be an early day tomorrow. But you know, I just can't get over how close this actually, you know, go to the website and get your raffle tickets and get your closet of death. This is so cool. I love this thing. I scoured the internet to get a doll house, this is for a doll house. And it's got the little doors, and you open up the doors, and there you go. There you go. You got the last roll. There you go.
That's gonna be funny. That's just
awesome.
funny, dude.
And somebody is definitely walking away with a filter wrench. So somebody's
You need to
walking
fill
away
that
with
with various sized washers.
there you go. I'll put in. I'll throw in like a unnamed precise parts adapter. So
It'll be little
Plus a
toy
filter wrench in.
people of Eric, me, and Dan in the closet of death.
I know, right?
Be next year's, right?
That'd be funny. We'll make little characters.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get this rolling here. If I could get this over. There you go. There you go. And tonight is for the Masters of Pix Insight workshop. We're gonna have Warren here on Wednesday night, so don't forget to come and check that out on Wednesday night. And so this is the next one is, I believe it's Photons to Photos 12, if I remember right. And if you don't know Masters of Pix Insight, you could just go to the website at Masters of Pix Insight. I really didn't come up here. Oh yeah, I erased my cache. Pixinsight.com. There you go. And there's the website. And the next one is Photos to Photons number 12. April 11th. So that's the Tuesday before NEAF. So it's coming so fast. It's coming too fast. It's gonna be over before you know it, Pete.
I know, dude.
I know, man.
Me and Pete have a long week that week. But April 11th, you don't have to use it for this. If you want to, you can. I believe they're doing M101, I think they said, if I remember right. Oh, that's
Okay.
a nice picture of Warren there. There you go. Ron and Pete Proul. So there you go. So let's take a look and see who's going to win tonight. The Masters of Pix Insight workshop. Here we go. No new members in the last couple of days. We have 153 people on the wheel, and the winner is Jim Zabrowski.
All
Right,
right.
Jim.
Congrats, Jim.
Congrats, Jim. We'll send you the. I'll send you an email tonight, and you'll be able to tell Pete what you want to do with your Pix Insight workshop. So, congrats.
Nice.
Hey, Dan, it's last Friday of the month, right? Do we not do anything on the last Friday of the night? Picture of the week?
Picture of the month and picture of the
Oh,
week. We do
it's
picture of the
Friday.
week.
It's
Yeah,
Friday. Oh my God,
we
it's
do
Friday.
picture of the week.
Yeah, it is, and it's the 31st. So yeah, you're right.
I'm
Yeah,
not
so we do
used to
picture of the
having
week.
off on Fridays. I had off work today, so I'm all thrown off. So, and Jesse's not here to yell at me. So I mean, you know, let's do that.
Oh yeah.
And let me go to the live site. We can recap the pictures of the week. And here we go. So there we go. And pictures of the week. All right. So if you don't know the website, you just go to image contests, and then it'll put you, sometimes depending on the picture, you may have to refresh it because there is a lot of data on this webpage. So sometimes it just helps to just refresh it. And there you go. There's a picture of the week. Okay, our last picture of the week, March 24th, was AZ4 Runner, the Running Man Nebula. Oh, and I got some news. Before I go down any further, I don't know if so it looks like I made a mistake with February's picture of the month. It looks like Bloodstone won picture of the month in January as well. So
oh, really? Okay. So who was
rules,
second?
Due to the rules of picture of the month, if a member wins already, and they can only have one. They can pick which one they want, but the second place member would win picture of the month for that month. So that being said, the picture, let's see, the picture of the month for January, the picture of the month for February, and I took it down, was Tom Peters M45, if you remember that picture.
Yeah.
With all the nebulosity around it and everything. Really nice picture. I think it's actually down. There it is, right there.
Yep, that's the one.
It is.
Okay.
All right. Well, congrats, Tom. You know,
So
hey,
it was Tom. It was that one.
Congratulations to Tom.
So,
He'll be in the calendar.
Yeah. So Dylan, choose which one you want, this one or the last one, because this is the one that won. And let me know, and I'll put it in for January. So, but this week we got 3 entries. So we got George Albrecht's Whirlpool Galaxy. Nice wide field view. That was done Bordeaux 9, Vancouver, British Columbia. With the 183 MC Pro, opt along with the Red Cat, just like you, Josh. So
I remember I took that.
What's
myself. Yeah, I took that myself early on with the Red Cat, and it was so tiny.
Yeah, he didn't even crop this, so this is probably real field. So M42 in the running mat. West Virginia. I don't know who that is, though. Might have been West Virginia. I'm not sure. And then AZ4 runner. Thor's helmet. We only had 32 answers this week.
Wow,
that's the lowest we've been in a while.
That's pretty low for a picture of the month.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, come on, folks! You got to start getting on there and start voting. What is it? Is it voting apathy? Is what we're getting here right now?
Well, we've been at almost 100 for the past couple of weeks. So
I know. There's no COVID pandemic. So what's going on?
Let's see. I think everyone's getting ready for NEEF. So look, we had 72, 69, 47, 76, 135, 100, 80, 80, 40. So looks like every 8 or so weeks people go to bed. So
So besides smashing that like button,
really good at
vote. You have to vote.
Yep. Gotta
and
vote.
Don't forget, voting goes all the way up to the Friday night show at 9:30 now. So 9:30 it ends. So it used to be 5 p.m. or something like that. I don't know why I did that, but up to 9:30. So here we go. So here is the winner. The winner picture of the week is the Orion Nebula from I'm not sure who.
Doesn't say.
Are you kidding me? There's no name.
They might have left it in the whatchamacallit, in the actual let's see, Astropod submissions previous weeks and March 31st and
M42 Abe.
M42 Abe.
Is that the one?
Owner Dumas. Let's see. That's the same thing. And let's see, M42 text.
It looks like it's at the bottom.
Right below. The picture's at the below. Yeah, that's the one.
It just says Dumas as the owner. So I'm not sure. Abe Dumas, I don't know.
Help us.
Please leave your name so we can say congratulations.
So we can give you proper credit and everything. For sure.
What are you gonna do? But and don't forget to sign what it's gonna be coming up. Astropalooza 23. December 9th, Astropalooza 23. So that's gonna be coming. All right, what do you got? Anything left in the chat? Anything there? West Virginia, congrats. Stuff that ballot box. Oh God. Yeah, so Tom, there you go. So congrats.
Yeah, Dan saying, we need to start promoting better. Okay, okay, all right. I don't know what we.
I think
we'll figure it
someone's
out.
really good at campaigning for their pictures, and when they put them in, they get all.
So say, I've
all
mailed in
kinds
my
of shit.
votes.
I'm sorry.
I try and
Yes,
get
Dylan.
people to come and vote,
D-
but
Dylan with
I
the
don't
Twitter
see an
feed.
impact.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, cool. So, all right, everybody. Final thoughts, everybody. Eric.
No. Again, thank you, Josh, for hopping on and participating, and everybody else with their great input, and congratulations to our picture of the week, month, and winners, and yeah, it's just been a good, just another great show, and have a great weekend, everybody. And Gideon, it's I'm going to be working on that. I'll start working on that video probably tomorrow. I gotta make some space here and maybe start getting getting to work on that. Do it right here inside in the basement. So it'll be kind of cool.
Hey, I have a question for the viewer membership.
Yeah.
Remember, we've been talking about presentations, and I think we're ready in the next couple of Fridays after Neve, Dan, to do another presentation. So, members, would you like to volunteer to do a presentation? Let's step up and pick a topic, and please let's see what our members have to offer. We can all learn by it. So I'm going to put that out there for everybody.
Yeah, well, Dylan's has his ready for about 7 weeks now. We're waiting for him to come on, but he actually showed me the PowerPoint. It looks pretty good, but
Yep.
just Dylan, waiting on you, bud. Let's go. So and I know Josh has been on a couple times already. Ernie has been on a couple times already. Dylan's getting ready to be number one. So if anybody wants to, Dylan, just give me a date. Stop getting stage fright. I know he doesn't have stage fright. He's a musician. I know he doesn't. but and Norm, it doesn't have to be a full presentation. You want to do a presentation for 15 minutes and jump off, and that's fine. That's okay. It doesn't have to be a 2-hour presentation. It could just be hey, listen, I want to jump on and talk about this for a second. That's all. All right, Josh, you got any final thoughts, Josh?
Well, thanks for having me on again. This was really fun.
Yeah.
I have thoughts about organization of critique photos.
Oh, we can talk about that offline.
Yeah. Because I still see people in the chat saying like, I didn't see mine show up in there. Like, I have some in there that still haven't been looked at. And so
Josh, feel free to organize the folder, Josh.
I will do that. Yes,
feel free.
You
have carte blanche to do that. How about that? I'm giving you the okay to do that.
Cool. I will do that.
Please.
I just created in the critique folder. There is now an uncritiqued folder. So if yours hasn't shown up, put it in there.
There you go. Okay, that's fine. So there you go, Josh. Feel free to be the keeper of the keys to the critique folder.
I'll do what I can. But yeah, just good hunting for Galaxy season, everybody.
There you go. And you have your last chance, middle of April. I don't think you'll be able to get them all anymore, but you'll be able to get most of them. Messier Marathon, in what is it, the 17-18 or something like that? That
really? I thought it already.
No,
passed.
No, it does pass in March. You have a second chance. You won't get all 110. You'll miss like 2 or 3 of them. Okay. So you'll get over 100. You could still get over 100 in one night. So
calendar says it had the Messier Marathon weekends listed. I didn't see anything for April though.
Yeah, I just had it for March, but there is another chance. You get a lot of them. feel free to get them at the next new moon. And, hey, listen, how about this? We'll do something special for anybody gets and proves, not just says it, proves, give me a book or something with time, date, and notes of what you did. We'll do something special for anybody who gets over 75. How about that? 75 is a big deal.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. We'll do something special. But anyway, don't forget Wednesday night again. We're going to be having Warren Keller come on to hang out. So don't forget that. That's going to be a lot of fun to have him come on because he's never been on before by himself. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Yep, I'm talking about Messier Marathon, the mini Messier, I guess we'll call it. So where is my page?
And also for the ones that have clear skies tonight, I guess there's a conjunction with Venus and Uranus, right?
Yep.
Pretty close. Yep.
Got pretty big rolling thunder over here. So
nice.
Yeah, it was a. Oh my gosh, something bad just happened.
Where? By you?
Yeah, by us. Looks like there was a roof collapse at a concert hall. Mass casualties. Oh my God.
Oh no.
Yeah, just not too far down the road from us here. God, I'm praying for everybody.
Chicago, man. What the hell?
Yeah, it's with this tornado is and everything. So I don't know if that way if it was related to that or storms or what, but praying for everyone.
God.
My God.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
goodness.
All right, fellas. Well, again, have a good night, everybody. Have a great weekend. And don't forget to come on Wednesday night to hang out with us and Warren. It's going to be a lot of fun. Neef is coming. It's coming up real quick. I've already gotten 3 phone calls for Eagle 5s. So if you're looking to get an Eagle 5, there is some in the U.S. already. So they're going to be ready to be shipped out next week. So if you want one, hit me up because they're going to be out. I'm also making orders for Pegasus Astro, Player One cameras, and William Optics. So if anybody wants anything on that order, hit me up, let me know, and we'll take care of you. So that being said, everybody have a good night. Take care. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's been a pleasure. And remember, as always, keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you Wednesday night. Have a good night,
Stay
everybody.
safe, everybody.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend.
Stay safe.